This is Sideshow Bob for InvestorsCloud.com. Hey everyone, we're taking a peek at Amazon.com. Nice NASDAQ stock, AMZN. As with the market and many other big boards, had some lows back in the late summer, early fall, and since then had a nice uptrend north. We had plenty of swing trades in between, or plenty of candles for day trading, depending upon what your preference is. Crossed over the 50 all the way back in August, the very early August, and hadn't crossed back below it until January of this year when we had our first big sell-off. Recovered February for a couple weeks of straight green. Was a beautiful run there, and it did not hold because obviously we can see here we had pretty much a massive sell-off for the last month and a half. A few green days sprinkled in for good measure, but we've been on a pretty good sell-off. We flattened out and bounced off of this support line and had a short-term resistance line here that we hit a few times, but with today's gap and a nice rising candle, we broke out of that short-term trend. We do have to look up here for the 50 as well as the upper Bollinger Band for resistance. As you can see here, they are about the same price, give or take a few cents, but about $176. That upper Bollinger Band is going to drop a little bit more, and so is the 50 as the chart progresses. But as with many of my other charts, I like to take a peek at historicals and see what's taken place over the course of the chart to see where we might end up in the near future. We take a peek here at the MACD, and coming off of the lows with a nice cross, green over red, and some divergence. We got lots of points. I just circled a few here on the chart, and we can take a look at some of the beautiful runs that took place because of it. Nice cross, good divergence, strong run like most big boards did in the entire month of September. End of the year, we had a short-term run. February, our last big run before the sell-off, and if everything continues on the progression that it is right now, we might end up with another similar run. Again, we're going to want to take a peek at the resistance of the upper Bolly and the 50 for our first couple lines of resistance. Then we can go up to where it's peaked out before and take a peek at that for resistance as well. We can also scroll down here to some of the other indicators, and you can see on the Williams we have pretty similar reactions here in all the areas that I circled before. All the Williams lines getting up into this beautiful uptrend area as it's going into those runs with the nice MACD crosses. Can't go wrong there. And as a side note, about the same time as those runs were starting, we did end up with DI positive over DI negative. In almost every case, it happened right around the same area. Not exactly the same, but it did happen right around the same area, and it is about to cross, or is crossing right now. So again, a little recap. We had a beautiful gap up today, and as long as everything continues as it has been, we could end up with a pretty substantial run. I don't know what Amazon has in store fundamentally, if they have some news or something going on. I don't really follow Amazon, but it can give us a beautiful run as we've seen in the past. Definitely something worthwhile keeping an eye on.